So I found the perfect story that highlights the difference between establishment media and independent media for you. The Hill says, ex-GOP megadonor backs Democrats in midterms. So they're talking about a guy named Seth Klorma. He's a hedge fund manager. He donated more than $2.9 million to Republicans in the 2016 election cycle. And in 2018, he's donating hundreds of thousands of dollars to more than 80 Democratic candidates who are running. Now, here's how the media factors into this. Every article I've seen on this has implied that this is a good thing, or they're neutral about it and just describing it. I'm here to tell you it is a bad thing. Because when a guy like that does something like this, he's doing it because he has a purpose. It's not like, hey, the other week I was against abortion. I woke up today and now I'm for abortion. So let me give money to Democrats. Let me sign on to their agenda. No, he's crafting the agenda. You don't think a guy that's worth this much money, that's this big of a donor, gets a meeting with Democratic officials? You don't think they discuss the terms of them taking that money? You bet your ass they do. And there is a guarantee that the Democrats go a little softer on the hedge funds. That's what this is. It's an investment. The guy thinks, oh, well, the Republicans are going to get wiped out because look at what they're fucking doing. They're dumbasses. So the Democrats are going to win. So how do I ensure that I do well in this situation? Very simple. Very simple. Just give money to the Democrats, and they'll do what I want. So let's get some pro-hedge fund policies on that Democratic platform. Hell yeah, baby, let's do it. Or just slip it into a bill and don't tell anybody about it. Don't tell the people that this is what you actually support. And this is the corporate, pro-Wall Street, corrupt-ass, neoliberal, centrist Democratic Party. That's what this is. So they'll never tell you the inner workings of politics. They'll just cover this as if it's like a horse race. And, well, would you look at that? The Democrats raise more money, and they even flip some Republican donors. Therefore, aren't the Democrats doing great? No, it's about policies. It's about ideas. It's about what's going to help the American people, what's going to hurt the American people. It's one thing if you report the fundraising numbers and it's small dollar donors, then it's like, okay, because that person's more likely to represent the people. But if they're taking money from hedge fund people, and by the way, these 80 Democratic candidates, who do you think they are? You think these 80 Democratic candidates are Justice Democrats? No, it is the wing that we are fighting against. You know, James Comey tweeted something the other day. Well, Democrats, you should really not go too far left because you will maybe not do as well as you can do in the upcoming elections. Hey, asshole, we tried your strategy for decades. By the way, James Comey's a Republican. So the idea that he'd wake up and all of a sudden he's like, I will now be tell the Democrats how to win. Hey, Democrats, the way you win is to be more like me. So in other words, be more Republican. We don't want you. Get the fuck out, get the fuck out, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. But putting that aside, we tried your strategy anyway over from the 1980s and onward, and we got obliterated. The Democrats got obliterated. Neoliberal corporate centrist hacks lose. Lost over 1,000 seats under Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Barack Obama. Why? Because they didn't push for a New Deal. They didn't want a bold, populist left agenda. They wanted corporatism while throwing the people a bone every now and then. And it turns out that's not good enough. And then Trump came along as a human bowling ball and said, fuck the establishment, and he won. So the people who are dead wrong are the people who are now trying to take over the Democratic Party again and steer it even more in the wrong direction. They learned the opposite lesson than the one they should have learned. Instead of saying, oh shit, we fucked up, we got to go left now. They said, no, we weren't right-wing enough. So that's why you take hedge fund money, you take corporate money, you prop up 80 Democratic candidates who are not in touch with the people, who are not fighting for policy ideas. And this is a fight within the Democratic Party for good and evil. It's good versus evil. You got the populist left, you got Justice Democrats, you got Our Revolution, you got a bunch of good groups fighting for the right people who have the right policies, and then you have these corporate puppets. Corporate puppets. That's who these 80 Democratic candidates are that are taking money from a Republican millionaire mega donor hedge fund asshole.